Elon Musk insieme al suo team hanno presentato Grok 3, nuovo modello di intelligenza artificiale di XAI, e lo presentano come l'AI più intelligente sulla Terra. Ma non si limita a questo, perché ci dice che lo scopo è quello di capire l'universo, capire la natura dell'universo, dove sono gli alieni, come finirà e come è iniziato l'universo. Vi mostro l'estratto della presentazione.
Well, welcome to the Grok 3 presentation. So the mission of XAI and Grok is to understand the universe. We want to understand the nature of the universe so we can figure out what's going on, where are the aliens, what's the meaning of life, how does the universe end, how did it start, all these fundamental questions. We're driven by curiosity about the nature of the universe, and that's also what causes us to be a maximally truth-seeking AI, even if that truth is sometimes at odds with what is politically correct. In order to understand the nature of the universe, you must absolutely rigorously pursue truth, or you will not understand the universe. You will be suffering from some amount of delusion or error. So that is our goal, figure out what's going on. And we're very excited to present Grok 3, which...
Oltre all'introduzione in grande stile di Musk, andiamo sul concreto e vediamo alcune statistiche. La prima cosa che ci mostrano è il progresso fatto. Infatti ci dicono che il primo modello di Grok è stato lanciato 17 mesi fa e, come vedete da questo grafico, lo confrontano con il percorso fatto da OpenAI per Chat GPT. E devo dire che hanno avuto una crescita incredibile, velocissima, portando Grok ai livelli di Chat GPT. Ma ci parlano anche dei vari problemi avuti con il precedente modello, che hanno risolto in questo modo.
Right. So after Grok 2, so if we want to continue to accelerate, we have to take the matter into our own hands. We have to solve all the coolings, all the power issues, and everything.
Yeah. So in April of last year, Elon decided that really the only way for XAI to succeed, for XAI to build the best AI out there, is to build our own data center. So we didn't have a lot of time, right, because we wanted to give you Grok 3 as quickly as possible. So really, we realized we have to build the data center in about 4 months. It turned out it took us 122 days to get the first 100K GPUs up and running, and that was a monumental effort to be able to do that. We believe it's the biggest fully connected H100 cluster of its kind. And we didn't just stop there. We actually decided that we need to double the size of the cluster pretty much immediately if we want to build the kind of AI that we want to build. So we then had another phase, which we haven't talked about publicly yet, so this is the first time that we're talking about this, where we doubled the capacity of the data center yet again, and that one only took us 92 days. So we've been able to use all of these GPUs, use all of this compute to improve Grok in the meantime, and basically today we're going to present you the results of that, the fruits that came from that.
That's right.
So let's
yeah, so all the paths, all the roads leads to Grok 3. 10x more compute.
More than 10x, really.
Yeah, really.
Like maybe 15x.
Yep.
Ci dicono che Grok 3 è 10 volte, forse anche 15 volte superiore al modello precedente. I test sono specifici su matematica, scienza e programmazione. Grok 3 ha superato altri modelli di intelligenza artificiale come Google Gemini, Deepseek, Claude e Chat GPT 4o. Hanno anche avviato un test di Grok 3 su Chatbot Arena, l'abbiamo vista anche in un altro video se vi ricordate, che è una piattaforma dove in pratica voi inserite il vostro prompt, il vostro quesito, lui vi darà 2 risposte differenti di 2 AI diverse, ma voi non sapete a quale AI appartengono quelle risposte, quindi siete completamente all'oscuro di chi vi ha dato quelle risposte. Ne dovete scegliere una, quindi scegliete la risposta che più vi piace, e in questo test hanno ottenuto un punteggio di 1400 e anche in questa classifica si sono posizionati primi rispetto ai competitor. Qui invece ci mostrano la capacità di ragionamento avanzata.
to Grok, and we've been testing them pretty heavily over the last few weeks in order to give you a little bit of a taste of what it looks like when Grok is solving hard reasoning problems. So we prepared 2 little problems for you. One comes from physics, and one is actually a game that Grok is going to write for us. When it comes to the physics problem, what we want Grok to do is to plot a viable trajectory to do a transfer from Earth to Mars, and then at a later point in time, a transfer back from Mars to Earth. And that requires some physics that Grok will have to understand. So we're going to challenge Grok, come up with a viable trajectory, calculate it, and then plot it for us so we can see it. And yeah, this is totally unscripted, by the way.
That's the entirety of the prompt, which should be clarified, is that there's nothing more than that.
Yeah, exactly. This is the Grok interface, and we've typed in this text that you can see here, generate code for an animated 3D plot of a launch from Earth, landing on Mars, and then back to Earth at the next launch window. And we've now kicked off the query, and you can see Grok is thinking. So part of Grok's advanced reasoning capabilities are these thinking traces that you can see here. You can even go inside and actually read what Grok is thinking as it's going through the problem, as it's trying to solve it.
Yeah, we say we are doing some obscuration of the thinking so that our model doesn't get totally copied instantly. So there's more to the thinking than is displayed. Yeah.
All right, so this was the little physics problem we had. We've collapsed the thoughts here, so they're hidden. And then we see Grok's answer below that. So it explains, it wrote a Python script here using matplotlib, then gives us all of the code. So let's take a quick look at the code. Seems like it's doing reasonable things here, not totally off the mark. Solve Kepler says here, so maybe it's solving Kepler's law numerically. Yeah, there's really only one way to find out if this thing is working. I'd say let's give it a try. Let's run the code. All right, and we can see, yeah, Grok is animating two different planets, Earth and Mars here, and then the green ball is the vehicle that's transiting, the spacecraft that's transitioning between Earth and Mars. And you could see the journey from Earth to Mars, and it looks like, yeah, indeed, the astronauts returned safely, at the right moment in time. So now, obviously, this was just generated on the spot, so we can't tell you if that was actually a correct solution. So we're going to take a closer look. Maybe we're going to call some colleagues from SpaceX, ask them if this is legit.
It's pretty close. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of complexities in the actual orbits that have to be taken into account, but this is pretty close to what it looks like.
Awesome.
Stanno introducendo anche un nuovo prodotto chiamato Deep Search, che è la prima generazione degli agenti di Grok.
Introducing a new product called Deep Search. That is the first generation of our Grok agents. That not just helping the engineers and researchers and scientists to do coding, but actually help everyone to answer questions that you have day to day. It's a kind of like a next generation search engine that really help you to understand the universe. So you can start asking questions like, for example, hey, when is the next Starship launch day, for example? So let's try that, hit the answer. On the left-hand side, we see a high-level progress bar. Essentially, the model not only just going to do one single search like the current RAG system, but actually thought very deeply about, hey, what's the user intent here? And what are the facts I should consider at the same time? And how many different websites I should actually go and read their content, right? So this can really save hundreds of hours of everyone's Google time if you want to really look into certain topics. And then on the right-hand side, you can see the bullet summaries of how the current model is doing, what websites browsing, what sources verifying, and oftentimes actually cross-validate different sources out there to make sure the answer is actually correct before it's output final answer. And we can, at the same time, fire up a few more queries. How about, Elon, you're a gamer, right? So
sure.
Yeah, so how about what are some of the best builds and most popular builds in Pathway Excel? Hardcore, right? Hardcore league.
You can technically just look at the hardcore ladder. Might be a fast way to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see what the model does. And then we can also do, something more fun. For example, how about make a prediction about the March Madness out there?
Yeah, so this is kind of a fun one where Warren Buffett has a $1 billion bet. If you can exactly match the sort of the entire winning tree of March Madness, you can win $1 billion from Warren Buffett. So it would be pretty cool if AI could help you win $1 billion from Buffett. That seems like a pretty good investment.
Let's go.
Grok 3 è attualmente disponibile per gli abbonati premium su X. Se vi collegate su grok.com dall'Italia vi darà questo avviso. Prossimamente in Europa e nel Regno Unito potete utilizzare una VPN, ad esempio la VPN gratuita di Opera, ve l'ho mostrata anche in altri video. Questo era un video introduttivo per toccare i punti chiave della presentazione di Grok 3. Fatemi sapere nei commenti cosa ne pensate di questo annuncio. Mi raccomando, iscrivetevi al canale e attivate la campanellina per restare sempre aggiornati su questi argomenti. Per questo video è tutto, ci vediamo alla prossima, ciao!